Good evening, good people. It is time for the second race of our suite of 3 races tonight. I am Saracen, joined in the booth by Ozloto. Oz, how you doing, man?
I'm doing real good. I've been looking forward to getting my hands on one of these matchups, and I think I picked a real good one.
I certainly think so. This has the makings of some greatness.
It does.
You can see right off the bat that Budge does not believe in the 2 white wizards in the Forest.
And to be fair, Odraun also with the question mark on his second white wizards, thinking, I'm probably gonna drop this thing.
Yeah, do we really want these? Well, we'll have to see where the magic lands. Let's talk about our characters off the bat. So we have key items as part of our blurses, and the black belt will start with the crystal. The white mage will start with the key. The black mage has the crown. For our not appearing yet, the fighter has the ruby, the thief has the oxyale, the red mage has the rod. But the real fun is where the blurses landed on the actual bonuses. Fighter plus 20 strength, thief hurt undead. Both of those pretty decent. Black belt plus 20 vitality. You're just going to hit 999 hit points at like 30 instead of 42. Red mage hurt all. Fantastic. I love red mages with hurt all. White mage improved MP. The single most powerful caster blessing in the game. And then black mage promo sage. So it's basically a red mage, kind of.
It's your every mage. It pretty much has every spell in the game at its fingertips.
This one could very well be a barn burner. If you're not familiar with the flags here that we are playing with, these are from the Lefenian Ladder. This is the multiverse.
Yes.
One?
Yes, it was.
It's heckin' awesome. I love these flags. They create such interesting play and interplay with the potential of recruiting to get items, and the way that promoted classes can sometimes just not be as great as picking up something off the base rack, from recruiting at an NPC.
Yep.
So
yep. Yeah, it should be real fun to see. You pretty much know right off the bat that the second that both of our runners find a replacement for that white wizard's going bye-bye.
I mean, if the magic rolls well,
true,
then I don't necessarily see a reason to get rid of it.
True,
but they are both very skeptical.
Yes, Budge very skeptical, even Odraun being like, I don't know if I want this at all. And to be fair, you pick up that red mage with hurt all, and you promote it. That's going to be able to wield some really great weapons. That's going to be a mini fighter with magic.
So one thing that I will say, and this is, coming off the back of the race that I just finished about, 45 minutes ago? One of the things that you can look at with these white wizards, because of improved MP, is just, I have 1 billion life charges, and you'll never kill my party. You actually have to kill all the life caster.
Well, let's see what white... Okay, so white harm 3. That's not a bad early sweeper with the white mage, with harm all being on.
It's certainly better than fire 2.
Yeah, I was going to say, the black magic, not so great. We're going to check the hint giver. The sage has the ribbon. Okay, well, that's great information.
That is super helpful. If you've got bottle in the shop, nice.
And it's not expensive. It's only 3,000.
Money in these flags, let me tell you, sir, that has been the struggle. And yes. I think that's part of the interest of it. Like, having to open a few more boxes in the early game. We see Map Derp turned on. Very good.
Map Derp is there, yep.
Right in. But the interplay of, yes, I have a black belt, but maybe I need to open chests because gold is so important. That looks like a white mage next to the king, and that is a canoe and a crystal.
Womp womp on the crystal. You already have it.
Not always the best.
Budge getting
through Garland.
Yeah, Budge taking advantage of that early key. Gonna go open the Corneria chest to see what's there.
one of the things that's also important. Ooh, that is our loot.
That's the loot, the haiku.
That's very nice. One of the things to always keep in mind with these starter key items is they are not in logic. And so you are sequence breaking whenever you use something like that. That is really important information as you're going through the seed, because you can end up losing yourself to the lack of logic sometimes.
Yes. As a member of the Lefanian League Season 3, I do remember these flags very well, and you can kind of lose yourself in the chain that you're on and then realize, I have forgotten something very important.
Odraun takes this opal bonk that he picked up, I think that was in Toph, and using it to get the money for the bottle. And also money for everything else.
I will note a lack of heal pots or camping gear.
That looked like a fighter at Matoya, and Matoya gave us the adamant.
Okay. Budge not stopping for the fighter.
I think Budge is super comfortable with the black belt strats, and
absolutely,
you know, it's just going to be fun.
Yeah, I think they would. I think Budge would be looking to replace that white wizard with either a thief. Oh, we see that the vampire has attacked Provoca.
We are checking our magic before going over. So there is a hint giver, but the hint giver only shows up after you have defeated Bicky. Now, it's not super important, but it is good to note. We do have 3 sweepers available to take these guys out.
We do, and we...
Budge didn't even buy magic for that question mark white mage.
Nope. That white mage will be taking a nap very soon. And we did see what black level 2 had, and the only thing worth your time there was temper. Odraun did pick up the fighter, though.
Yes, and part of that, I think, is to just get the ruby for free. That level 2 magic is not great, but heal 2 is fine.
I mean, I've always been a fan of X for myself. So, yeah.
Budge now realizing, oh yeah, I have to walk over to this hint giver. To find out that the slab comes from the crown.
We have the crown, but the slab, not really a useful item right now.
I think Budge was still looking for the item shop, but the item shop goes away when you... Yeah.
Yeah, the vampire attacks the town, you've lost your item shop, and you lost your clinic. But at least you know Melman's going to be nice.
I have not seen Vampire attack Melman in the course of my practices or races.
It can happen, it's just not likely.
Yeah.
Odraun selling off more gear that he doesn't need.
So I think from a standpoint of let's move the seed forward, Odraun's decision to pick up the fighter is just going to be one little piece of hope, right? Like you're picking up that fighter. Maybe you're going to do damage with it. Maybe you've found a weapon or something that it'll be able to equip. But really, the bonus was I wanted that ruby, and we're just going to move on with our life.
Yeah, it's basically, this is a free key item, I need this. Okay, there's the rod, so that's another really good item to find early. And Budge...
Yep.
And Budge has dropped the white for the thief. I kind of had a feeling that's going to be great, though. The thief does come with the Ox Gale and Herd Undead, which would be great for places like Ice Cave or taking on Lich.
Frankly, if I was Odraun, I would replace the fighter with that thief in a heart. Because you're just going to get the extra item out of it. The thief is giving you the run chance that you really wanted. Like, it's just going to be a better deal overall.
Let's see. Did you take it? Oh, Yep. Instant switch.
It makes complete sense. Ooh. We have found an Agama in Northwest Castle.
We have found an Agama. That Budge would be very happy to see that. How thick is it, though?
That is the real question here, and the black belt / master is competent at this point because of starting at level 10. But that was over 300 damage thrown into that Agama.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Meanwhile, Odraun is going to take on Astos.
Yes, Chanigan, you do. It's pretty fantastic, honestly.
Into Mersh we go, everyone's most favorite of favorite places.
I always feel a little awkward here because I would definitely consider checking Elfland to see if Exeter Warp was there first.
Yeah, it's always a great thing to have that, especially with that white mage with the improved MP on.
And starting at level 10, you were going to have spell charges of 3 and 4 anyway.
Yep.
That is a canal.
There's your canal.
Yeah, Budge definitely. He's gonna grab money, and
yeah,
and a heal helm is more money. 6,400 gold is again route changing money.
Yeah,
in this flag set.
Yeah, this flag set money can be a very, very precious commodity.
It is one of the single most common blockers in all of my playthroughs. Which is interesting. Like, that's not something that comes up often for me.
No, that's not a very common thing.
So one thing I did not catch is, did Budge actually defeat Astos?
No.
Not that it's important, but...
No, he didn't. He walked in, he saw the Agama grind, he took it, said, no, I'm done with this, and went right to Marsh.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like, it makes complete sense. The flip side of it is that's one thing that Odraun has already done now, and, it's just one less thing to do later.
And Odraun is not far behind Budge right now.
Yeah, honestly, pretty much lockstep at this point, except for having already done Astos.
Correct. Now, Budge does know where the Agama is, but we know that Agama is just not viable at this point.
Well, and the Agama is, yes, it's a fantastic grind tile, and it's great that it's in a completely safe location, but we don't necessarily want to go after a grind until I tend to say minimum 2 orbs, but like 3 is better.
Absolutely.
And yeah. Hey, look, do you want another black belt?
Not particularly today, sir. I love the black belt. My favorite class, but taking 2 of them is just not a good idea.
All right, we have turned in the herb. We've gotten some dynamite for it.
There's your warp charge. So
yeah, fire 3 and warp.
Saracen, you called it. There was warp in the black magic. Brack as well.
And harm 4.
All good magic there.
I mean, even Ruse is good, but like I don't necessarily want to use Ruse on a white wizard necessarily. It's just also not in a night learnable slot.
No, it's not.
Life at level 4. The key is the sky incentive, so we are very much going to be skipping.
And there's fast, great to see. And because it's a sage black wizard, life is learnable. So 2 life casters. Look, our first bit of camping gear, and it's 2,300 houses.
Yep. Now the funny part about this is that our runners have to walk back to dwarves to get the ship.
Yep.
Womp womp.
Oh well.
Or the canoe. It could be the canoe. Oh wait,
no, they have the canoe. So they could go to ice. They could go. We know Sages has the ribbon, so that's out. So now
So I think we walk to dwarves and don't save on the way, and if it's like the defense sword, we just hard reset back to elf.
You're not going to bother.
Both of the runners are doing that.
Yeah, you're not going to bother. You're looking for progression at this point, not items.
And the walk is just so long.
You
could even be the floater.
It could. Now, Budge and Odraun both utilizing the in and out of the river to save steps. No, it's the crown. Okay, well, it's off to Ice Cave.
Or Volcano. I don't like either option.
I am...
warp.
They do have warp, so that's why I said Ice Cave.
And and both runners just immediately windmill slam that reset button.
Oh yeah, we're done with this. No, we're done. Thank you for nothing. Goodbye. No, Odoran looks like he's going to go and grab that ribbon. I can't say I blame him. Ice has always been a place where you really want that extra resistance. There's life 2. Expensive.
Life 2, but again, improved MP. There's Nuke. That is an unfortunate level.
Yeah, you don't want
most inconvenient to menu to.
Yep. And let us take a minute to appreciate the confused old men.
They are very confused and very old.
It is a personal favorite flag of mine that you don't see all that often. Are we gonna last it? Yep.
Oh, there's our hint for the crown, and there it is. We've got a ribbon.
Goes right
onto the Black Mage.
I like that. The Black Mage does have life and does have warp.
Yeah, but the White Mage just has more health.
True.
I guess not that much.
Alright, Budge about to have fun with the confused old man. Oh, gets it right off. But looking for the hint giver. And... Yep.
Budge putting that ribbon and the gold bracelet that he picked up in Elf Closet onto that black belt.
Interesting.
I understand that play.
Yes.
That makes sense to me.
Odoran looks like he's going right for Volcano first. He does have some houses to get a full heal if he wants it.
Only taking the tent for now.
For now. Alright, time to burn some encounter.
Asking if Odraun got the gear in Elf Closet.
No.
I don't believe so.
He did not. No, he went in, talked to the prince, saw the other black belt, and just left. And okay, we're not even going to Armory. We are just beelining it downstairs.
This is very aggressive.
Budge is gonna go to the icebox play. I do like I'm still a huge fan of the early Ice Cave.
So here's my concern. Is Odraun's going down into Volcano and skipping every box on the way, which makes sense. We've got a black belt. We don't necessarily care about boxes. We've had enough money to really not. But the question is, are we just going to walk that back out? Because I don't think we have the tools to deal with Carrie.
No, I don't think we do at this point. You don't have a whiz stick to try to confuse Carrie. Ooh, that's a lucky one right there. Now you have heal 3, so you can get yourself back up. But meanwhile, Budge, you're gonna do the old warp trick. Oh, Burwolves, have fun.
Zombie D's on the Agamatide. And there is the ship.
Okay, but we're gonna...
What did we see in Ice with the warp trick? Oh, we haven't done the warp trick yet. We're gonna walk it to the tile.
Oh, yep. Odoran's going for Carrie. And there's the whiz stick, which I'm sure he really wishes he had. This is...
So...
That's a play. That is a high risk, high reward play to go right after Carrie. Oh, here we go.
Blaze Specters.
Ooh, okay.
Oh
no. The White Mage down on Odoran's side. Swing from that Master. Only 3 hits for 37. Time to temper. And hope you don't get hit.
Yeah, so Carrie is really scary in these flags. Budge, meanwhile, is about to get punched out.
Yep. Budge is resetting up.
So Budge has learned that maybe we don't look at that tile.
Yeah, maybe we don't go. Okay, there goes the Black Wizard on Odoran's side. So it's heal pots and swinging, and hope you can punch through. 4 hits for 18.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
and Carrie has fast. This is not good.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you're super dead, Odraun. Sorry.
Yeah, that was.
The only nice thing here is that both players wipe.
Yes,
But you know that ship is there.
you do. I mean, if you're Odoran, do you go down and warp back out and just take the ship and run? Oh, or do you check some chests? Okay, check the free chest.
I don't know why though.
Well, I mean, as you put it, money is going to be a factor.
Money is a lot less of a factor right now, though,
True.
because they've had so many good money chests, whether it be items that are saleable or actual money.
Mhm.
And knowing that the shop item is already off the table because it's been found. The XP box is nice.
I was going to say, the XP chest, though, is pretty nice to see. It's not going to help you with carry, mind you. Okay, now we're going to warp out and see what's in. Ooh, that's the ruby.
The ruby that came with the fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting out of here is what I'm seeing.
Yep. Now, Odoran living life on the edge right there. He does have life on the Black Wizard, but if you're Odoran, I don't think you're gonna take Kiri again. We might be warping out of here.
I would definitely be warping out of here in Odoran's place.
Meanwhile, there's those wraiths again.
Yeah.
Budge gets out, and here come the warp charges. Oh, we're doing this. We're going again. Okay.
Okay.
All
You
right.
are free to do this, good sir.
Second time's the charm.
But I guess what is the mechanism by which Odraun finishes? Because that's what I don't understand. Is what are we doing? We're landing a fast and a couple tempers on that master?
Yep, that's kind of your only option. But as we've seen, Carrie is just absorbing everything.
Like the harm 4 helps.
Sure, but that. Even with all those tempers coming out, that master was not hitting for anything.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem is that, like, 10 and higher is great as far as, like, being able to take a regular monster with variable scaling that goes under 100%, but these are 100 to 200% feet.
Yeah.
So, really, your best options melee-wise right now are something with a weapon.
Yes.
Hyenas have Toxic, and it somehow didn't land on any of Budge's party.
That's fun. Okay, we're going to life up that master. We're going to use it our last harm 4 charge. Hope for the best.
Terminated!
Oh, he gets it!
Wow!
That's a play right there. Wow.
That is so big.
That is huge. That Odoran not going to ice, grabbing the ship, getting out of there, that is big.
Now, the question is, does he go to ice anyway?
That, you took the words right out of my mouth. Does Odoran take the chance on ice, or does he go get the ship? He's going to ice.
I understand you're already in the river system.
Yeah. It's a proxy play.
Fabian calling out 688 hit points on Carrie, so that is just a little smidge above vanilla.
Yep, just a bit. But
Budge finds the zombie Ds.
Chutso hit like a truck.
They always do.
Carrie 1 is not to be messed with on most occasions.
So the funny thing here is that Budge actually didn't have the ruby because he skipped the fighter. Whereas
Correct.
Odraun is going to find this ruby and be like, "What?
I don't want
Why?"
this. You'll see Odoran reset out of this very quickly.
Probably.
So there will be a tiny bit of time saved, assuming that these don't do what they do. As soon as the Spectres don't use Blaze.
Yeah, right? Like, that is...
Ooh. That's... Ooh. He got away. He got away. He's got life, Matt. He's got life.
Oh, wow.
He can walk away from this. It looks like Budge is also going to test Carry 2. Or Carry 1, sorry. Acting like Carry 2.
Carry also.
I like that. Alright, let's see how this goes. We know Fast is coming out pretty soon. Pretty quickly. And it's only going to get bad from there. Instantaneous. Warping. Grabs the Ruby.
Hasn't hit reset yet. That's weird.
There it is.
There it is.
And
he didn't save in front of ice. That's actually part of why he was so happy to get out with that Black Mage from Blazes.
Yep. That's a good play. That's a good play, because now he doesn't have to worry. He can just go right to Elfland and proceed. Meanwhile, Kelly has already taken out the thief. And we're going, and Odraun in the ocean.
So one thing that I would say, like, again, harping on the idea of what tools do we have, one of our best tools is honestly just reviving that thief to make sure that the 50% chance to target a slot is still viable.
Yep.
It doesn't matter when it happens in the turn, as long as it's before Carry goes.
Yep. Because
enemies target at the time they attack.
That's right.
But
and that first slot is targeted more than likely. Oh, that's a big hit. Budge is through.
Wow.
That went much better for budgemano.
It absolutely did.
Odraun is in Titans. Gonna give the Titan the Ruby.
This is still a very close race, but it is interesting to see how that little choice of the fighter pickup and then replacing it right away with the thief has created this space for Odraun.
Yeah, it was. I wouldn't be surprised if Odraun... Okay, there's the Oxyale, which we don't care about, as we already have it.
That is true because of the thief.
And there's our dud hint giver.
Yep. And we do have the rod.
We do.
Which means we should just go do Earth, because Lich is usually a pushover, especially compared to Carry normally.
Absolutely.
But it is, again, worth noting that 100 to 200% scaling, sometimes Lich pulls out rude things. And while he is usually the best pushover of the entire group, you are also looking at that as, man, if he rolls 800 hit points and damage poison and all the nasty.
Yeah.
Do we really wanna?
No, any skill set like that. And remember, this is separate scale. The HP scaling isn't separate, so this is 100 to 200 for stats as well. So
yeah, so like that black belt could potentially be throwing feathers out. And Invis 2 at level 5, Cure 3 as well. Not bad spells, a little bit unfortunate placement. Again, bad menuing position for 5th level.
5th is probably the worst.
But, again, with that White Mage having improved MP, you still have the charges for it.
Yep, and there's our Womp Womp Him Giver for Budge. Meanwhile, Odraun hasn't checked anything here. It is just go, go, go.
I appreciate that.
I do. Well, I mean, that pretty much tells you that this is a commitment to the black belt.
I mean, both of them were going to commit to the black belt for a moment. That is a Masa, which will get the black belt online.
Yes, it will. That is a fantastic thing to see when your punch cannon isn't punching. Yep.
So, and I would expect that Budge does a very similar play as soon as he finds out that Womp Womp Oxyale is at Sarda.
Yeah.
So I think there was a question from Thavian about Budge going to Astos and then resetting out when the fight started. Yeah, I don't know.
He could have looked at it and said, "This is the slab. I know it's here. I don't need this right now. I'll come back."
Very well may be the case.
And there's the reset.
Yep. And Budge thought about leaving.
He did.
Hypothetically, to go to Ordeal.
Ordeals. Yeah.
Because Ordeals is a very strong play in this. However, is going to make this same play, get the Masa, get Lich out of the way. When you've got 2 orbs lit, you get a bit more XP because we're at 50% per orb.
Oh, we're checking the Hall of Giants.
Okay. Checking the Hog,
nope.
always good.
Definitely not checking, definitely not fighting zombies. Meanwhile, we see a Lich, swing with the Masa, 3 hits for 85. Okay.
Yeah, we'll pass on that.
Yeah, none of those are good. Ooh, there it is, Lich with Blizzard.
Yeah, like I said, Lich and Blaze. Oh,
this is gonna hurt.
Oh, okay. That's so rough.
330 on that hit, though. That's pretty good. It's gonna come out of turn order.
Yep,
there it is. Well,
like I said, sometimes Lich is just nasty.
This does not bode well for Kraken.
So, I think Odraun is making a very smart play here. Down 2 characters, I'm just going to save with a cabin, and I'm going to see what these encounters are, and, if it's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. So he's checking the Hall of Giants now. He's got 2 orbs lit. He could act on it if he wanted.
And now he's going to go check the spike tile beside the chest to see if there's anything decent there.
So this is the fastest one to check, but it's also not the safe one. The safe one is in the bottom left room, which is way further away. Sees nothing, gets out.
Yeah, we're done with that. So Budge about to get his Masa. Be very, very pleased to see that, I'm sure.
So this is actually where things get kind of funny, because Budge could, in theory, be like, I've got a Masa and a Thief now. No.
Nope. It was a good thought, but no. And Odraun is going to go checking the spike tiles in, and we'll find the Agama. With a Masa, this might be a little bit doable.
I very much like this play.
Yeah, this is smart. Come back with a better oof. Okay, well the mummies hit hard and are very rude. Cool. That's what he wants. That is exactly what Odraun wants to see.
And the downside is that Agama does actually have hands.
Yep, it sure does. Okay, well, we know to avoid the mummy tile.
And maybe heal up the black mage, or the black belt before you start your encounter.
Meanwhile,
Budge comes out on Budge's side.
Yep. Oof. And the Agama, of course, targeting, again, the black belt. Because it can.
Of course.
Ooh, that's 480.
Yeah.
Eee.
Okay.
That's a thick Agama. I mean, sure, that's a lot of levels, but oh boy, that's a thick Agama.
I mean, it could be a lot of levels. The Thief has been put up in front. While he is certainly cleaning the floor with his face,
yep.
He does provide the agility bonus to try to mitigate ambushes and give some first strikes.
Yep, which you're really hoping for. Thavian pointing out in chat, they're 517 HP.
Yeah, just out of reach of that Masa.
Yep.
And probably just out of reach at 21 with the fists. I would say probably around 25-ish.
Yeah, I'd say
around.
Yeah, I'd say you're definitely looking at a somewhere in the mid to late 20s. You're gonna really start smacking this thing.
I like how they went to opposite tiles.
Yes, I did notice that. Now, one good thing is the more the black belt levels, though, the more absorbed that they're going to get. So that will take some of the edge off of the Agama's punching. And it hasn't done anything yet. It just punches as of now.
It does just punch, but it punches pretty
hard.
Yeah. Like I said, Agama got hands. It's not playing around.
No.
But
not one bit.
I do like that this has kind of become like the moment where they converge for real.
Yep. The difference being that Odraun Odie has the entire party except for the black belt down, and we'll get it's funneling every bit of that XP right into the black belt.
You know what would be really hilarious is if they just like came out with Depth Touch out of nowhere, and you're like, where was that?
That is a cruel thing to say, sir.
I mean, I'm saying it because I don't think it's happening at this point, because it would likely have happened by now.
True. It would have already existed. So 21 on Odoran's side for that master.
And Budge is also down to just the master, but, you know, still has some levels to grab here. And, you know, gets to deal with the momentary fear of this. Is going to go out and save quick, which I am 100% in favor of.
Yes, okay, so Odoran's now taking this thing out with one hit on a good shot with that Masa. And I assume he's going to go out and do the same thing. Take a safety save. De-equip the Masa.
Yeah.
Take your put your house out. Take a safety save. This is good.
That was his last piece of camping gear.
Yeah, I did notice that. Maybe we should check these chests while we're in here and see if there's a cabin or something.
I think there was, actually.
Hey, there you go.
I mean, I don't think that Odraun has any interest in checking chests at this point.
No.
But, you know, from a level standpoint, I saw 17 on Budge's side right now. I think we're like 24-ish on Odraun's.
Yeah, we've got the 6th hit. We've dropped the Masa. We are 24.
Man, it's like I've played this game for like almost 4 years.
Right? Isn't that strange? Who'd have thought? Now the problem is that Odoran is running out of heal pots quickly. He is now out of heal pots.
Yeah.
So he may have to take a break from this grind to go back to Elfland and pick up supplies. And I think Elfland only had houses. Now, money's not going to be your problem anymore.
You can go to Melmond. Melmond was not attacked by the vampire in the sea.
That's right. That's true.
So there's an item shop there.
That's right. We can head there.
And that is significantly faster to get to than Elfland from where we're at.
Yep. With the fast ship on. Yep. It's a breeze.
I feel very awkwardly about taking that one more and putting ourselves in harm's way.
Yeah.
And potentially losing like 4 levels.
Yeah. Odoran now making the play to leave and come back in and then leave.
You know, it's hard.
No, you can't use the crown, Odoran. You can't sleep with that. All right. Back to Melman.
All right. Progress.
Yeah. We're making some moves. And there are heal pots and cabins here. This is fantastic. This is exactly what Odoran needed.
100%. Love it.
Might as well pick up some Sure Potions while you're here. Why not?
Yep. And then right back to it. And while this does look like an annoying set aside, you know, we just lost time having to go restock, it really wasn't that bad.
No, you may be, 25, 30 seconds?
I like to think of it as like 2 to 3 Agamas, but he was like 20 Agamas ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been grinding at this Agama for a little bit now.
Now, what is funny is from a hit point standpoint, it tells me that Budge has gotten a little bit of that gap closed.
He has,
but even at like 25-ish on Odraun's side, and I think he was 24, 25 when he left, he's still not one-tapping these with fists. Okay, 27. He's still not killing them in one attack.
No, I noticed that. It's kind of thing. So, question chat, what level they want to grind to? Well, 32 is your next break point. 42 being your final break point. That gets you your full punch cannon, does a lot of damage, 10 hits. I'd say they might go to the moon with this. They might go 42.
I actually am very interested to see that, because You can see Budge actually de-equipping the armor so that he gets the natural absorb instead, meaning he's at least 25 now.
Well, if you look at, he's 26.
Yep. The minute he was over the threshold.
Oh yeah, and now Odoran is one-shotting these.
Yep, and it's just a matter, because it's all exponential scaling, as you hit your breakpoints. 21, 32, 42 are all hit breakpoints, but every set of hits is increasing the number of potential crits.
Yep.
And because your crit rate and your attack power are also going up based on your level, the punches go up super fast once you get, especially to 32, and then 42 is just like, you're going gangbusters at everything.
Yeah, so it's 30 for Odoran. We're almost at our next breakpoint. What do we have on Budge's side? We'll see. I think he's going to gain a level when he finishes off the Zagama. Let's see. 20. Okay, so they're neck and neck at this point.
Yeah, and that is good news for Budge. That means that he's made up all the time that he lost having to actually leave ice.
So now it's going to come down to when do they stop? Does Odoran decide 32 is enough and leaves while Budge stays and does 42?
I think that there is a case to be made for leaving at like 37.
Yeah, and
the rationale being you have to kill some other things along the way, and you can pick up 42, potentially early Toph or in Sky.
Very much so. Oof. Yeah.
Looking at where we're sitting right now, they have Ordeals, Sea, and Waterfalls sitting in front of them for incentive locations remaining.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 of those are going to be the Chime Cube and Floater, most likely.
Okay, Budge running low on heal pots and is done. Oh no, I think he's heading to get equipment.
We'll see.
No, he needs heal pots. He's low. 33 on Odoran's side. So this is the same thing. So again, the time loss here, minimal for Budge. But Odoran's now one-shotting these quick, much faster. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah, I think the question is, does Budge go back? If he does, okay. We're going to see 42 out of both of these, or somewhere stopping just prior.
Yeah, we're definitely going to go until we hit, 37 would be about the point I would be like, okay, we're in good shape. We'll get the rest of the levels en route.
Also, they immediately, when they came back from Melmond, went back to their assigned left or right tiles. They are very committed to that.
I like the commitment behind it.
Also, because the absorb scales with black belt level, these Agamas are now very much not hitting hard.
Yeah, now they're just kind of tickling. The only downside is now it takes 3 or 4 Agamas to gain a level. 7 damage. Great job, Agama. Great job. 36 for Odoran. Now he might be going out for a save and a...
No,
he's done. So 37, yeah, that's exactly. And he's going to morale break anything that comes near him at this point.
So the question now is he going to see? And if he's going to see, he needs to revive his party, most likely.
He does. Everything's going to... Oh, well, 2 Sahags weren't thinking straight.
Yeah. Good job, buddies.
You know that you're just going to... This isn't going to end well for any of you. You know that, right?
I mean,
there's always one.
The ending well enough in that they are all getting away eventually.
Sure. All right, so look... Yeah, it's true. So Odoran, I'm assuming, is popping in here, hitting up the clinic, reviving everybody. Probably gonna check the shop for houses.
Now, I would certainly put the thief back up front, just because the agility is more valuable than the morale breaking in C. There's not a lot that actually can run away from you in C.
Yeah. C, you're not going to morale break a lot of stuff. The only thing I can think of that you're going to morale break consistently are the Sahags.
Yeah.
Nothing else. And the Sharks.
Right, the regular sharks will run away, but everything else, my general rule is, does it show up in Topher, then it's not going to run away.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is the majority of enemies here.
Yep. So we are diving, though. We're going to go waterfall after the fact. I'm going to go mermaid side first.
Makes sense. I mean, we need the key item here, whatever it is.
Absolutely. Now, ghosts you never want to see.
Yeah, especially when they ambush you. And again, that comes down to that, the thief would mitigate.
Yeah, and Odraun is not going to open any chest except for incentive at this point.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Budge still going.
Yeah, Budge seems to be going to the moon. That's 37. Yep. Still going, and that is a chime. Very important item.
No Thavian, no bubbles carbonation.
I understand.
Sure, I do too, but it doesn't make it any less painful for both of us. All right, so Odraun going to burn off some encounters.
Sea encounters are rude enough to bother with that.
They are horrible.
You're going to loop the encounter table event.
Absolutely. Sea is a long, long dungeon. You're going to end up seeing everything again. Now, don't get me wrong, Kraken probably doesn't stand much of a chance. And Budge is done the grind.
So, a fun note about Melmond. Almost everybody in Melmond has more than one text box.
Yep.
And as a result, NPC Guillotine basically doesn't work there. Yep. And that means that when it's restored to its regular glory, it's actually a giant pain, just like Provoca is.
It's Provoca, it's Lefane, it's such a nightmare to get through. You never, when you're there, I think Budge already ran into one NPC that just said, "I'm a farmer." That's all he said 3 or 4 times as Budge tried to gently move him out of the way. So we're going to take a look. What's Budge going? Yep, okay, we're going to go dual C. Makes sense. Odraun, meanwhile, beelining it for Kraken. There's not going to be much going on here. Oof, and that's why you don't want to see water. Yes, Jay, it's been very fun. Thank you.
Jay, thank you for reminding me to look at the clock and open your race ring.
Saracen pulling double duty, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's real easy to get carried away when you're doing comms.
Absolutely. Absolutely it is.
You got to make a black belt grind look entertaining somehow, right? And
yeah, it's true. It's true. Oh, hey, here comes a very much dead Kraken, especially if fast goes off first. Oh yeah, this Kraken's just gone. Bye, Kraken. Yep, 11 hits. Boom. That's to the moon. And level 14 and 13 on those mages. Enjoy being cannon fodder, gentlemen.
The funny part about that is there's a flag turned on so that promoted classes gain the MP that they would also gain as their max as they level up. Which has been really fun for knights and ninjas, but it also plays in really well with this white mage, who is now actually getting those spell charges from improved MP.
Yes, that is one of those flags that I remember when this was done in the Lefanian ladder that I thought, people are going to overlook that flag, but that flag is important. You can take a grind on the last floor of Temple of Fiends to get 1 level to get a fast charge back. I've done it, and I'm sure many people have too.
That actually played into my race last night against Windfox.
See?
And then it ended up not mattering because stop went out. And there's the eye!
There's the eye. Hey, eye, we're not going to bother with you. There's the defense. That's a reset.
I would have warped out with that.
Yeah, to be fair, that's a really good thing to put on that black belt to get a little bit of extra dodge. And yes, Davian, that is definitely how you make the Kraken O's.
All right, so now we know that Ordeals is required, and I feel like this is going to be like floater, so that slab or bottle is relevant.
Or it's cube, and no, it can't be cube because it has to be because we know that the key is in sky, so it must be the floater. Oh, here we go in everyone's favorite pillar maze.
We have warp charges, but I think that the smart play is to save those for the 4-pillar section.
I agree. Now, here's a fun fact that I think Odoran might not have remembered. He does have a Masa that is currently not equipped to anybody. Not that you need it, but the extra damage would be nice sometimes. Alright, so we're into everyone's favorite part of the Pillar Maze. And it isn't one.
It's so hard for me when it gets to be the fourth pillar is the last one to, like, evaluate. Did I see this one already? Okay.
I know.
Third pillar is the correct one.
I mean, to be fair, how many people who played the vanilla game didn't realize there was a fourth pillar?
Yeah. I mean, you'd, like, see it, but did you actually see it?
No. Yes, Dark Moon, to be fair, what?
He's making a Letterkenny reference.
I know. I'm poking at him. Alright, Odoran once again opening nothing. There's the floater. Very happy Odoran. Hello, Frosty. Nobody cares about you today. So, basically at this point, nothing is really going to stand in either runner's way when it comes to enemies, unless something very, very nasty comes out in quick succession.
So, my minor concern at this point is that Budge's black belt is simply strong. Master, sorry.
Yes.
It is actually a master. And that matters in these flags because the black belt MDEF has been corrected, so it's +3 for black belts, +4 for master, as opposed to the +4, +1, which feels terrible.
It always does. And there's pop the bottle, pop the floater. We're going back for a nuke. And I believe life 2. Nope, we just want nuke. Though I do find it kind of funny that Odoran didn't drop the white mage with the question mark, instead dropped the one that says white mage.
I was thinking that too. I think it's hilarious in retrospect.
It's confusing me, and I think it was confusing him a little bit too.
And yet, he's never really had an issue with it.
Nope. Oh, Budge finds
is keeping the defense sword.
That could be a game changer. Because, I mean, you end up a Kraken 2, and it's hitting hard and fast.
I find the defense to be most useful for Chaos specifically.
Yes.
Because Chaos has burned me so hard, even on a 42 black belt, that, like...
Yeah. So, yeah, the slab is the cube, and Budge is going to promote.
That's a very interesting decision.
But it's a fight Bahamut, so here we go.
So one of the benefits of doing this is that it's actually a fairly large amount of experience because Buff Bahamut is a real encounter.
Sure is. But it's now a gone Buff Bahamut for 16 hits at 2,000. Whew! 39, 18, 19. There's our cube.
Okay, so both Budge and Odraun skipped out and didn't go to 42. That's actually worth noting. I thought that Budge had gone a little further.
No, he stopped at 37 as well.
Okay.
But that Bahamut fight gave him a nice big boost to 39, so he is much closer to that 42 nastiness.
Right, but I think if Odraun takes a couple encounters in Mirage Sky, which, I mean, he's headed to right now, he's right there.
He is.
That's going to be a pretty significant advantage.
And, I mean, okay, he is moving around his party. Putting the house down and going in. And the fact that, I mean, neither of the runners are stopping for any chest. It's just go, 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 go. And Odoran, I can't remember if he got the hint or not. If he knows the key is here, he's not stopping for anything. Although he
shouldn't stop for it.
He shouldn't stop for anything anyways. See that thief just getting bodied by that blue D. That's always fun.
Yeah. They have no shortage of damage.
Oh, vampires. Flash is not going to do you any good.
So
that's the wrong eye.
Under their cloak.
That is the wrong eye. Now, one thing Odoran does have, he did keep the white shirt from the fairy. So he does have infinite Invis 2 casts.
Yeah, it's not quite a defense sword.
No, it's half a ruse. Floater for Budge. Happy to see that, I'm sure.
The white shirt is also just slower for the fact that it's party-wide.
Yeah, it hits everybody. Airs with Cure 3, that's cute. Yeah, we are go, go, go. Ugh. You don't like to see a parry like that, though. No nuke charges. Well, there goes your meat shield.
Yeah, look that.
Well, look at those charges though on that white wizard. 6 across the board.
Yeah, which is again showing that that Odraun has just not put any levels into these characters.
Now, Fabian asking Check, can we get a war mech? If Odraun sees one, he might take it.
I think he will.
I think he'll take it. That's not it. That's a nacho.
Frankly, like the nacho ain't bad either.
No, I was gonna say. Now that's bad. You don't want to fight any pack of airs.
Please leave.
Yeah, I don't like. Oh, here. Oh, Budge doesn't have the slab yet.
Oh, he never killed Astos.
He exited out when he saw it was the slab. That's gonna be a bit of a time sink. Meanwhile, Tia is not long for this world. Oh, you have sleep too. That's fine. Punch to the moon. Goodbye. Alright, and that's going to be the last orblet at 52:39. Odoran healing up. And I expect this will be a very quick jaunt right to Temple of Fiends.
I mean, we always assume so, right?
We do. Although, again, Nope, not going to stop for anything. He's full of heal pots. He's pretty good.
Did I not see map derp? Did Odraun not enable that? I feel like that's almost a mandatory flag.
He did not. Budget you just saw again. Alright, we're into Temple of Fiends, 53:12. And yeah, Odoran Phoenix auto loss. Well, we can't say that. I can't declare that for him. Now, Odoran get really lucky with these preemptive strikes. Oof. There's the loot, and we are in. Budge getting his white shirt, and we'll now head over to get his cube. Yes, they even remember Topher. It is the great equalizer. It always has been. It always will be. And we have to remember that Budge did keep the defense sword, so that could be a factor. So far, Odoran having really good luck on this encounter table, running from everything that comes near them. Here's a Lich. It won't last long. Oh, it lasted a punch. Oh, Budge is getting stuck by the linebackers.
He has warp.
He has warp. I was going to say use warp. Oh, and oh, yeah.
Oh, the layout of Lefane. It's just trolls again.
Yep. And he wants to head to the superstore as well. Alright, meanwhile, Odoran's luck for running is starting to run out. He's hitting encounters again, and he's not running quickly. Alright. I was gonna say, are we gonna disrespect Carry 2? I wouldn't disrespect Carry 2. Carry 1 was nasty enough. Yeah, give the white shirt to that thief who has nothing better to do with his time. Never mind. Oof.
You know, sometimes you just don't end up with the best luck.
Well, there's that. We're man-moding it. That's the nuke from Carry. We are gonna man-mode all our way to the end.
That's rough.
Yeah,
especially not having that defense sword again.
Yep. This is a bit of a wrench in the plan, and this is the worst floor because of that. I have lost Topher dives to waters with a solo black belt before. It's a horrible feeling.
I mean, kind of the follow-on terrible feeling right now is that you are down to man mode and you don't have 40.
Yeah. And Kraken is coming. And Kraken likes to punch. A lot.
Like, my experience with these seeds is that as much as I would love 32 to be enough, it's only enough if you have the support magic, and then you see a full-on miss whiff against Kraken, and then 2 for 242. Like, this is... Oh, no!
That's not good. Slow 2 lands. That could be it. That could be a reset out. Yeah, you're done. You gotta go out.
Yeah, that's not great.
No, so carry 2 is going to be your problem with that nuke. You gotta get carry down quick. And I can confirm Odraun doesn't have map derp on. That's Topher gonna Topher. So we're gonna go again. So carry 2 is gonna be the thing. We need to get carry 2 down quick. But I don't remember, and maybe you can correct me, I don't think... Does Odraun have lock on anybody?
I don't know if either runner has lock.
Yeah, because even a level 42 black belt that isn't hitting that hard, they've been confirming no lock.
So just looking at the magic spoilers, level 5 and level 7 are where lock 2 are.
Oof, that's not great.
So the mathematical answer to that is just put in more tempers and hope for crits.
Pretty much. I mean, that's kind of all you can do.
Yeah. You can lean into black belt crit rate to address those.
Ooh! There's a Warmack.
This is big.
This is juicy. And there's
2 for 2 damage on the Masa wielding ninja.
Give a clap for the Ninja Masa. That's fantastic. Great sword. Doing good work. And there's a Warmack gone. But that's 41. Budge is right on that cusp.
And honestly, that could be the difference maker right there. If this ends up being a bad dive, Budge being that much closer to 42 is a big...
Huge. Absolutely huge difference. Phoenix, I agree. You should have put a Vorpal there. If they had it, they should have used it. They don't have it, though. Sadly, you're not opening chests. Alright, here we go again. Let's start out with Fire 3. Well, so much for that. And so much for the Lich. Meanwhile, T at 1 on Budge's side, down and gone. So Odraun has 1 cast of Nuke. Well, with carry 2, you gotta speed up that black belt, that master, as soon as possible and hope you get turn order. Because, yeah, that carry 2 is gatekeeping, and Budge is already on his way to Temple of Fiends derpified? Okay, here we go. We're gonna wait. We're gonna fast. Nope, nuke came out quick. No.
That's terrible.
No, that's a right out. Alright, Odoran's like, no, I need to change my way of doing things.
Yeah, this unfortunately tells me that we need some adjustment, and that adjustment is like party levels. We're just going back in. Okay.
No, he's deciding against it. Budge, meanwhile,
understandably so. Like,
I mean, turn order is bad for him. If the fast comes off and he gets the punch out, he might get past carry. Now, another thing, you look on Budge's side, none of his characters are at a nuke range either. They're in better shape level-wise, but no one's at a nuke range.
Well, I mean, that's no real surprise. Again, Black Belt strats tend to leave those mages in the dust. But we do see that defense sword coming over to the Black Belt. That's
a Kraken saber right there. And our runners are actually really close to each other. This is insanely close. Budge has derp, he wins. We'll see, Phoenix. We'll see. Because right now, I mean, it's the encounter table is being cruel to everybody. Like the white wizard can't just survive anything. I mean, big shouts to having life magic on the Black Wizard. That's huge.
The amount of heal 2 casts available as well is
Ridiculous.
a big deal.
It's ridiculous how many. All right, so here we are with speed bump number 1 and speed bump on the other side. 5 hits for 500 on that Masa. That's huge.
Actual damage.
All right, but we're coming up to what can best be described as the Gatekeeper so far. This can wipe your party quite easily. All right, Odraun through Lich 2 again. All right, let's see what Budge encounters. Oh dear. There's the early nuke. Yep, there's the party gone. Now he does have that defense sword, so that is a chance.
The defense sword and more levels.
Yes.
And again, this is going to funnel in that experience to 42.
There's 42. Yep. So, okay. Now, Kraken we know is dodgy, 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 so we'll see what comes out of this. Meanwhile, Odraun going to do this again. Didn't move the white shirt this time. So he's hoping for turn order. He does not get the turn order he wants.
Just after the nick of time, as usual.
But
that is going to take out both life casters.
Yeah, I was going to say the thief survived. Meanwhile, here we go. Defense sword coming out.
And choosing to reset and not try his luck.
I don't necessarily blame him.
I get it. But at the same time, the thief is a valuable team player for standing in the way of slow 2 and Kraken bunch.
Which Kraken just cast, but did not affect the level 42 black belt. At that level, you're pretty much rocking a ribbon.
Yeah, it's 47 is kind of the break point for ribbon level MDef, but 42 is pretty good.
Yeah, you're talking very slim chance of things going horribly wrong. Now, meanwhile, here's one of them water packs, and again, they are mean. But the defense sword,
that he's using the defense sword here to help deal with what is either going to be a clear or a run. And because black belts fail at running so often, just having the evasion helps.
Lobsters have Blizzard.
Huh. Pass.
That's not good. And I reset out. Okay, we're moving the ribbon. We're moving the white shirt. We're doing some things. Yeah, this is gonna have to be a pure fight for Budge. He's gotta get through it. Phoenix, there's a good reason why this is rude. I won't say who rolled it, but you can guess. Yeah, Odraun didn't pick up any equipment, Jay. Another thing. So we're gonna make our way through. Okay, Budge is through the waters. Saracen didn't roll this, Jay. I did. I'm not letting him take the blame for this.
I rolled the D2 in the casino that said that Oslodo was rolling the seed.
He did do that. I cannot. I can't. All right, so we have a Tia 2. Defense sword coming out. Tia 2 spell happy. Spell happy, great for Budge. And that hit is great for Budge. Yeah, this Tia 2 is not long. Yeah, you can cast as many spells as you want, Tia. We do not care. All right, Chaos is next on the list. 45. That is nearly at the ribbon break point. You won't make it, but it's nice to see. Oh, man. Odraun not having a good time here. Here we go.
On to Chaos for the Man Mode Master.
999 health. I mean, you're in good shape. And you have a defense sword. So first thing, defense sword. Oh, but Chaos gets the stop out before you get the chance.
It's okay. We have not fallen prey to endless paralysis.
We have not.
7 hits for a grand.
That's
pretty good.
Yeah,
this is going to be a fast Chaos.
Yeah, unless Chaos has Cure 4, and it comes out now. But no, there it is. Get your GGs out and tat for budgemano, finishing at 1 hour 5:43. That was not really the greatest, And we're joined in the booth by budgemano. Budge, GG's, my friend.
Thank you.
Yeah, GG. How'd you feel in the course of that end game?
In the end game, yeah, once Carrie came out with that nuke and wiped everything, like, all right, well, here we go. I got a defense sword, and it worked out. The slow 2 was a little scary. That was the one thing. Once I saw that, I felt pretty good about the rest of it.
Yeah.
Because if that's not there in Chaos, even a Cure 4 isn't going to stop a Black Belt, unless, there's like a nuclear mess in there, but...
Yeah, Odraun has kind of bashed his head off the wall several times with that, wiping his entire party with no defense sword.
Yeah. When I finished, I jumped in, was watching the playback, was like, how is he so far ahead of me? And it, that 36 versus 42 difference is...
huge.
Substantial, so
one of the things that actually contributed to the difference, funny enough, was Odraun grabbed that fighter and then immediately replaced it with the thief, and so was able to reset out of the ruby at ice, and hadn't saved directly in front of ice, and reset basically all the way back to the river system junction, and was able to go get the ship. He had done Volcano first.
Got it. I wasn't sure about. I did ice first because I just didn't think I had the stuff for Carrie. It turns out I didn't think I had the stuff for it when I took her anyways, but enough tempers and it worked. But...
Yeah, to be fair, Odraun actually took that as a very early fight and did wipe once to carry, and then came back and actually managed to pull it off. I think mostly using Harm 4.
Yeah.
If you're not opening boxes, it's not much of a gamble. You're not wasting. You're gambling maybe a minute and a half. It's not so bad to take it.
No.
Early.
Well, Odraun pulling up to carry 2 again. Unfortunately, the punch comes out before the fast. So that's going to wipe the party.
Yeah, and from an endgame perspective, that Warmech was a really big boon to you. Odraun had reset out of the defense sword just for... I don't know why you wouldn't warp it, but, in the moment, I can appreciate that. But Odraun was ahead of you like a full dungeon at the end.
Yes.
Oh, I saw that when I popped in. He's in Topher. I'm still in the Fane. Like, what happened?
Yeah. It was pretty tense there. But you were able to man mode through, and even though the nuke came out and wiped your party, Carry 2 got you to 42, and kind of the rest is history from that.
Yeah, pretty much that. Odraun also did run into the fact that Kraken 2 was quite dodgy at the levels he was at. Very dodgy. And with no lock and no one else alive to cast lock, it wasn't good. But yeah, it was definitely interesting to see the divergence in route pathing, and then both of you taking the Agama grind on opposite sides of the treasure room, which was hilarious to watch.
You had your assigned spike tile, and you were sticking to.
That Agama was not a fast grind. So thick, so jumpy, and then you see the IN waterfall, and it's like, oh. That's what I thought. That's why I thought I was so far behind. It's like, oh, he probably took the eye. He went to C, took the eye. The grind was twice as fast, but anyways.
Nope, you both ended up on the Agama, both swinging a Masa for the longest time, and then dropped the Masa and just started punching.
Yep.
Another real big difference being that you actually went and took on Bahamut for the extra XP boost and the promote to the Ninja. And
I knew he had fast and tempered. Like, let's just be quick, get some levels, get the magic on the thief, make him useful.
And to be fair, and it's one of those things. Swinging the Masa with the thief, the ninja actually did something in a few of the fights. Not many, but a few. It did on the Lich, for sure.
Yeah, on Lich at least. That's all the help they got to do. That's all right.
That's fine. It was certainly a bit of a nail biter. I think Odraun had 3 wipes out of the Temple of Fiends revisited before you got in there.
Yeah, man. Carrie, you gotta respect Carrie.
Yeah, Carry 1 was not very fun. Like a lot of bashing up against them for a bit. Because she was not playing around on any of these grinds. That's for sure. She basically said no to Odraun once. Almost took you out too, and then the second one. Oof, those nukes were quite nasty.
I'm just checking to see if Odraun is going to be able to join us for the interview or not.
Yes.
Should have gotten the invite, but haven't seen him pop in.
Yes, I was about to do the same thing, actually.
So, Budge, how are you feeling about the flags?
Not great. I mean, they're fun, but they just don't treat me well. The fact that I even got out of this first round is a bit of a surprise to me. I don't know what it is about them. I don't play them well, but they are fun. It's kind of an interesting way to start Promoted and with a little bit of levels, and it makes the early game a little bit less onerous at times to start that way. So
I'm with you on that. All makes sense.
Yeah, leave it to Ale to come up with something like that, as these were his flags for the Lefanian ladder.
No, those are all really fun. So, but yeah, it's great. Love playing the game. I don't know who I have coming up next round.
Not quite sure yet. So tomorrow morning at 6:30 Eastern is Rax versus Razor 1, and the winner of that goes up against Ale, and the winner of that goes up against.
Okay, so I got some time.
Yeah. Odraun is going to be going up against Theanar in the losers bracket, and that is whenever that gets scheduled. But you got a little bit of time. I got a little bit of time too.
Yeah, you both can spend some time running these flags until your fingers bleed.
Yeah.
No, I won't be doing that. But
and Budge, the winner of you versus whoever comes up from that little cluster gets me.
Oh,
so yeah,
fun.
No, there's no easy outs in this community, so
there never
it's
is.
all fun.
There never is. No, never.
So it'll be good.
All right. Well, we do have another race that's supposed to start. Nowish. So, final thoughts?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's always fun to race. Like I said, I like these flags, but I'm not very good at them. But happy to get the win. Odraun, very good runner. Thanks to Lodo for rolling something that wasn't too mean to us. And Saracen, you jumping on comms right after your race. So, GG's. Looking forward to the rest of the tournament.
Oz, you got anything? I would like to say a GG to both of our runners. Thank you, viewers, for coming out and catching this race. Thank you to Speed Gaming for letting us borrow the channel for this. Yeah, there's plenty more to come. I believe, as Saracen said, there's another race coming up very soon. It should be a good one, too. I hope you can all stick around and catch that. And I will hand it over to my good friend Saracen to take us out.
Well, if you like what you saw, part 1, stay here in about 10 minutes for the next race, which is Phoenix versus Jay Scheidel. Should be a barn burner.
Oh, absolutely.
If you haven't already, join the Discord and come hang out with us. You can get that at FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. At the bottom is the community Discord link. And if you want to learn the game, we have a fully documented boot camp that we run once a year. The next one will be coming up in the winter. That is the Duckling Boot Camp. And that is, again, that's usually like March, April-ish. But we do have all the recordings, all the classes ready for you to check out if you are interested in the wiki that is available at the Randos site. With that, I'm going to take us out of here. Thank you again, Speed Gaming, for letting us be here. And we'll be back here in 10 minutes. So grab a drink, maybe use the restroom, pet your dog or your cat if you have one of them handy. We'll see you soon.